Hey guys, this is Daniel Burnett with TrainLikeARanger.com. What I want to do is lead us through a lower body cool down stretching routine. So this is a follow along video. I haven't seen a lot of these on the internet, so I wanted to go ahead and create this content and put it out there for people. So it may be a little awkward for me to do, but if it helps even one person, that's worth it for me. So that being said, each stretch is going to be held for 30 seconds, and there's going to be a 5-second transitional period between each stretch. So I'm going to be referencing this timer I got in front of me a lot. So that being said, I'm going to move up and start this timer here pretty quick. And we're going to start from a kneeling position for our kneeling hip flexor lunge. And I'll talk you guys through it as we go. Let me go ahead and start my timer. Okay. So I'm going to start in a kneeling position. All right. I'm going to take a step forward and I'm going to dip these hips down and forward. So I'm trying to create a stretch in my hip flexor and in my quad here. My rectus femoris is the technical term for the part of the quad that I'm stretching. So I'm feeling a good stretch. I'm mainly feeling the stretch right here. I'm going to switch in about 5 seconds. All right, let's switch sides. So same, go ahead and start. This is typically a tight area on a lot of people. So this is a good stretch to incorporate in your routine, especially avid runners and ruckers. Your hip flexors get tight very often. What a lot of people don't know is that hip flexor connects from your femur to your lower back. So if you're having back pain, it could be a result of tight hip flexors. All right. So let's go ahead and go into a seated toe touch. I'm going to reach out. If you can grab your toes, that's fine. If not, grab your ankles. I can reach my toes, so I'm going to grab them. I'm going to peel my toes back towards me, and I'm going to pull my chest towards my legs, and I'm going to pull my toes back towards me. So I should be feeling a stretch in my calves, my hamstrings. I may be feeling it in my lower back muscles. As long as there's no pain, that's fine. All right, go and relax. We're going to go into a semi-leg straddle. So we're going to let our feet kind of face each other, and we're going to walk our hands in between our feet. So speaking of lower back, this is a good stretch for the muscles of the lower back. As long as there's no pain, we're doing good. The technical term is the erector spinae. That is a muscle that pretty much lines the vertebral column all the way from our lumbar spine to our thoracic spine, which is pretty much in our mid, coming up to upper back. And then our cervical spine is where our neck is. All right, go ahead and relax. We're going to go into a butterfly stretch, plant our feet together, and then you should feel a stretch in your groin, so we're going to keep our posture upright. If you want to intensify the stretch, you can bring your ankles back towards you a little bit. Rest your elbows down here on your legs. You can kind of push your elbows down at your knees. Push those knees towards the ground. And then if you want even more of a stretch, you can start hinging forward at the hips and bringing your torso toward the ground. So, all right, go ahead and relax. Next, we got the figure 4 hamstring stretch. Let's bring in the sole of our foot to the inside of our thigh. Reach toward the toes. So it looks like this, just like the seated toe touch, but we're doing it on one side. Ten seconds. And switch sides. Let's do the same, but the other side. Go ahead and start. By the way, guys, if you see me going into the stretch, just go ahead and start it. I know I'm talking a lot, I'm talking through each stretch. Let's make sure we're giving both sides equal amounts of attention. That being said, in 10 seconds, we're going to go into the sideline quad stretch. Alright, so I'm going to take this ankle, pull it back towards my glutes. I like to extend at the hip a little bit, meaning I'm going to bring my knee kind of back this way, so back and towards the ground because of the angle I'm at. It's going to create more of a stretch in my quads and my hip flexors. "10 seconds, and then we're going to switch sides. Alright, go ahead and switch sides. That being said, if I talked a lot during a stretch and you were trying to understand, you hadn't understood the stretch yet, and it took you a while to start, you can always go back and restart at the beginning of the stretch, or replay one side so that you get that equal time on both sides. Alright, 10 seconds. Next we got the pretzel stretch. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my legs, bend at the knee here, foot on the outside of the knee, same side elbow of straight leg on the outside of this other knee, fingers pointing behind me. I'm going to turn and look over the shoulder. Stretching a lot of areas here, your glutes, your hips, a little bit in your lower back, your obliques. Alright, we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So again, foot on the outside, same side arm of the straight leg, bending at the elbow to the outside of that knee, fingers behind us, turn and look over the shoulder. Have to check time here in a second. Five seconds. Okay, next we got the supine knee hug. So we're going to lay back, go ahead and hug our knee. Not a whole lot to this one. Right, 10 seconds, we're going to switch sides. So you should feel a stretch deep in your hamstrings and your glutes. Alright, go ahead and switch. Right. This group is also known as the hip extensors. This is the muscles that extend your hip. And if you're an avid runner, you're probably tight in this area. When you're running, you are very often extending that at the hip to propel yourself forward. All right, 3 seconds. Okay, now we got the figure 4 glute stretch. So we're going to bring this ankle over, hug behind the hamstring here, and bring this knee towards us. So should feel this in the glutes and the hip. My hamstrings are all tight, so I even feel it a little bit in my hamstrings here. "10 seconds, and then we'll switch sides. All right, go ahead and switch sides. Okay, and we're on to the other side here. "30 seconds. All right, let's go into a Cobra stretch. So we're going to go here, and we're basically, you can start planking up on the elbows. If you can manage it, you can push yourself up higher. The main takeaway is just keep your hips on the ground. You don't want your hips coming off the ground. It's too much strain on the low back. I like just coming up to the elbows and kind of looking up, and I'm getting a nice stretch in my core, my rectus abdominis here. All right, now we're gonna sit back into the prayer pose. I like to let my head come down on the mat, really letting my arms extend here. This is a good reset position. If I really extend these arms out though, I can get a little stretch in my back as well, if I want it. About 10 seconds. All right, and come back and relax. So that's a good stretching routine for the lower body, also through the core in there, because with running and a lot of lower body exercises, you're getting a lot of core engagement. And then with my programs, you're probably doing a lot of core anyway. So that is a good stretching routine. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and hope you guys have a great day, and take care.